Hi YouTube. I'm here today with a curriculum preview for our upcoming homeschool year. This is going to be for my oldest son. He's 6.5, almost 7 years old, so he's a first grader. Some of his work is at a second grade level, and I'll kind of try and point those things out as we're going through. But he's my main schooler this year, so I wanted to show you what we are going to be doing with him. My middle daughter is 4. She's going to be doing some preschool activities with us, and I have another video that previews her preschool curriculum if you're interested in that. I'm going to follow along on my son's weekly checklist. I have another video about this. It's been really popular to kind of help him know what he's going to do every day, but it's going to help me know what to talk about. So I'll put a link to this video if you're interested in it. I actually just got this back from Staples. I had it spiral bound so that he has all of his weekly checklists all in one place. So the first place that we're going to start is with our Bible curriculum, and we are using the Grapevine studies that look like this. We are going to do Old Testament part 1, 2, and 3 this year. This is the teacher's guide that I ordered from them because it has everything printed in color for me, which I like, and I like not having to print things in color. And then the kids will each have their work separated out for them in their weekly folder. So that's going to be the main part of our Bible curriculum. We'll also continue watching the What's in the Bible DVDs. That are done by Phil Vischer, the creator of VeggieTales. My kids love those. So we watch those every day at lunch, and then we kind of talk about them and go through some review questions. Next on our list is reading, and we are going to finish up the Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. We started this last year when we started kindergarten in July, and this has worked really well for my son. It's very much a no-frills reading program. It's just black and white pages. You read them, the stuff that's in the smaller print, and then they read the words that are in the bigger print in the bold. And it has been great. He really couldn't read at the beginning of kindergarten at all, and I would say he is reading at or above grade level for sure. So we will finish this up by Christmas, and this will finish up our phonics kind of study for us. And then we really will just move into kind of reading journaling. I'll have him read out loud. We'll work on fluency and comprehension. But once we finish this, I don't have a set curriculum that I'm planning on using. So we'll be done with this in December. That has flashcards that go along with it. You can make them on index cards, but you can also buy them and have them cut apart. And as you can see in my box, it's really full. So there's a ton of flashcards. And these were pretty cheap. So if you're curious about that, you can buy flashcards to go with the Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching Reading. I think I bought mine on Rainbow Resource. Next, we're going to start an official writing program this year, and we are going to be using Writing with Ease. Ordinary Parent's Guide to Reading, Writing with Ease, and then First Language Lessons, which is what we're going to do for grammar, are all done kind of by the same authors and fall under that classical style of homeschool, which is kind of where I tend to fall. This is the textbook for Writing with Ease that covers all 4 years. And then it gives you kind of prompts on what to look for. It lays out 1 week at a time, and then it tells you weeks 2 through 3, do these things. I actually went ahead and bought the student workbook to go with it because I'm just having anxiety about finding my own passages for copywork and narration. I thought I could get by with just this, and maybe after this year, once I feel comfortable with how it's going, I might do that because this is like $10 for 4 years of writing curriculum. So I have the workbook coming with this, but we're going to be doing Writing with Ease as well. Then I mentioned grammar. We're going to start First Language Lessons. This is recommended to be the first grade level, and this will take him through grammar exercises. And this one, there are 100 lessons. So on our year-round homeschool schedule, that means he will do 2 to 3 lessons per week. So there's 100 lessons in here, and they're pretty short. You can see the table of contents online and look at some of the lessons. They start off pretty simple. And then they progress obviously as the year goes along. Then to round out our language arts almost is spelling, and we are going to start All About Spelling Level 1, and this will be our first time using any of the All About Spelling products. I looked at All About Reading, but we went with Ordinary Parent's Guide last year, and I've been happy with that. But this looks really great, and I think it will tie in really well with what he's doing in the in the Ordinary Parent's Guide to Phonics. I have the letter tiles that I haven't put together yet, and then I also have the spelling box that has all of the little divider cards, so you'll want to get all of your cards prepped and ready to go. So I keep these on my little shelf that's on behind the camera so that everything is kind of all in one spot. Then to round out our language arts, we are going to continue Handwriting Without Tears. This is the second grade book. He finished kindergarten and first grade last year, so we're just going to move on to this one. This is a book that I've already cut up and is in his weekly folders. So this is the teacher's guide, but the front is this printing power book. So he'll be working on this 2 days a week. This also comes with a Kickstart to Cursive guide, and we'll see how we feel about that. If I feel like he's ready to start that, we certainly will. Otherwise, we might wait and work on it a little while later on, or we'll just start with the cursive book next year. So Handwriting Without Tears has been great for us. My middle daughter is going to start the preschool one this year, so we've really enjoyed that. Then moving on to math, we are working on beta, which is also kind of the second grade level for math UC. Alpha would be kind of the first grade level. And again, this is the test booklet. I've already ripped up all of his workbook pages and put them in my file so that he has his weeks organized. But his test booklet, I'm going to keep his tests at the end as part of his portfolio, so I just kept those in the booklet. This covers multiple digit addition and subtraction, so we'll start on that right away. To supplement math a little bit, I saw a program. It's called the Rapid Recall System at my homeschool conference this year, and it looks really great. And it just really helps to reinforce those math facts. And to start doing multiple digit addition and subtraction, I really want to make sure that his facts are just spot on. So we're going to do this. I got the addition and subtraction program. They do it for just a few minutes every day. And from their studies that I saw at homeschool conference, they had really great results. And it's supposed to be a supplementary program. It's not necessarily meant to teach kids math, but it helps to teach them those facts and really get those ingrained in their brain. So we're going to be working with that as well. Addition and subtraction both. Then we will move on to science. And I'm excited about this. There's not a lot of information about what we're using out there, so I'm hoping to do a review once we really get started with this. We are using the God's Design series. This is done by Answers in Genesis, and it looks great. So I'm really excited about it. These are the actual student text books, and you can see they have the color pictures that students will read from, and then there is a supplement, teacher supplement that goes with it. This just has your lesson ideas. How do I teach this? And then it comes with a PDF so that you can print all of your worksheets. You have rights to print all of the worksheets. There are 3 books in this series. This is plants, animals, and then human body. So we will get through each of these, all 3 of these books this year in our 36-week school year. This program is really meant for kids 3rd through 8th grade. And like I said, my son is kind of at that 1st, 2nd grade level, but I really want to get through, there's 4 years of this, and I'd like to get through it all twice before he moves on to high school. So we're going to start it this year, and we're just going to do a really basic overview. I won't even do as much as what's in here for the younger age level. We'll still take it back just another notch. But I really wanted to get started on this. Having science curriculum that fits our biblical worldview is huge to me, and I didn't want to get something that was temporary just for a year or 2 before I knew we were going to do this. So we are just going to jump into Answers in Genesis and see how that goes. So I will do a more in-depth review on this once we get started on it. Looking through it, I'm excited, but we haven't actually done it with my kiddos yet. So we'll see how it goes when we get further on down the road. And then the last thing on my official curriculum list is history. And again, we're kind of doing the same thing with history that we're doing with science. We are using the History Revealed series. This is by Diana Waring. These also can be purchased through Answers in Genesis. There are 3 years of this. The first year is Ancient Civilizations. Then they go on to, I'm reading, if I can, off my shelf, World Empires, World Missions and World Wars is year 2, and then Romans, Reformers, and Revolutionaries is year 3. This is the teacher's guide that has all of the information in here that you need, and it's laid out very much like if you've ever looked at a actual teacher's manual for a school textbook. The student text is here in the middle, and then all of your extra ideas and activities and lesson guides are written around the outside of it. This comes with an elementary activity book. This is where I'm going to be pulling a lot from because, again, my kids are little and they don't really fit quite into the age range of this, but we're going to get through this several times. So we're going to start and we're going to take it really slow. This book has lots of different activities like mazes and hands-on crafts, and they also list, here's one where you create your own fossil and you make your own fossil. And they also list a lot of reading books, so we're just going to be doing a lot of free reading, a lot of our own research. We're going to put together kind of our own timeline and just follow through this on a really basic level just to kind of give them an introduction. The little bit of history I did last year, my son loved, so I think he'll really enjoy this, and we'll just try and keep it at a really fun, simple level. We won't do all of those subjects, obviously, every day, because that would be a lot for a 6-year-old. History and science for sure will probably alternate. Grammar he won't do every day. Handwriting he won't do every day. Spelling he won't do every day. So we aren't doing all of that stuff that I just showed you every day. And that kind of shows up on, that's where this little checklist comes in handy. Again, you can check out the other link to the video on this because I just write in what he's going to do so I can kind of figure out on a day that's really heavy on reading, then maybe that's the day we aren't going to do spelling, that we're not going to do handwriting, and that I can kind of spread it out a little bit more. So that's our plan for next year. And again, it's always a plan because things change, life happens, but that's where we're headed this year, and I'm excited about it. We start in 2 weeks. Since we homeschool year-round, we start kind of after the 4th of July, finish up with swimming lessons, and then we'll be doing school here in just a couple of weeks. So I'm excited to get things on the shelf and put where they go and get ready for school. So if you have questions on curriculum or want to know any more information on what we're doing, I'd be happy to help you. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.